this A part, it's the reason why a lot of people will never achieve their New Year goals. The reason why some people will keep writing goals every single year and they will never achieve it. So setting systems will not help you achieve your goals. But do you know what will? Setting the right systems. We cannot always trust in our discipline to help us to do our tasks. After all, we don't always feel like it. But setting systems that actually work, actually help things to go more on like autopilot, actually just help things to be a whole lot easier. And if you're new here, my name is Eno and I'm a first class mechanical engineering student. And this year I'm on a mission to ensure that at least 1,000 students out of this community get a first class or even a 5.0 if they work hard towards it. And so how am I going to do that? Today I'm simply going to be telling you how to actually know the right systems that actually work for you, how to set them properly, and how to actually use those systems to help you to actually achieve your goals. And the 3 letters that we're going to be using to setting our systems is RSA. And so the R in RSA stands for reflection. So before we actually set the systems that we actually need to set, we actually need to figure out the systems that actually don't work for us. We need to go back and say, okay, this was what I tried before, this was what I didn't try, and these are the things that I can put together now that can actually help with my work. For us to reflect, we need to just simply go back into the past and look at the things that we did before that actually worked very well. So the first part of reflecting is simply wheel of life. Just simply when you look at all the different parts of your life, that's career, financial, health, social, intellectual, all those things, and you rate yourself on the circle to see how well you did, so that you can actually see that, okay, this is the part of my life I need to improve on, this is the part of my life that I'm doing quite well and I need to also sustain. So the second thing you simply just need to do when it comes to reflecting is that you need to start asking the right questions. When it comes to the end of the year and a lot of people don't achieve what they intended to achieve, they start asking questions like, oh God, why am I like this? Why didn't I achieve anything? Instead of asking questions like, oh, what possibly could have been a blocker? What could have been a distraction? What could have been a limiting factor in me getting to where I was actually supposed to go to? Those are the kind of questions that you need to be asking when it comes to reflecting. Not just a time to just be condemning yourself and hitting yourself and then you say, oh, I'm not good at anything. No, these are times to look at, okay, maybe I wasn't doing this the right way, maybe I wasn't talking to the right person, maybe I wasn't asking the right people for help. That's the kind of questions that you should be thinking and asking yourself. And moving directly on to the next thing, it's simply gratefulness. It's only when you are thankful for where you've gotten to that you can actually start looking to where you can actually get to. Instead of seeing it as, oh, you were 2 marks short, see it as you were 18 marks closer. But I know you've heard the kind of advice, so let's get on to the real stuff. The setting of the systems. And the S in RSA actually stands for strategy. And so there are 3 ways that we can actually do this strategy. And the first one is, once again, looking back at the past. There's something I'm trying to do right now. I'm not really much of an early morning person, but I'm trying my best to see how I can actually get myself to come out of my bed without me having to be like, it's great. So, okay, I'm looking, okay, in the past, one time I set my alarm, I keep far away from my bed, but I always walk back to the bed and sleep, so what's the point? So a system I'm trying to think of, okay, what if I am off the alarm and instead of going to lie down back on the bed, I can maybe kneel by my bed instead. So that way, most times likely if I'm kneeling down, I'm not going to sleep back. Hopefully in Jesus' name. So that's the way of looking back at the past and seeing what worked and what did not work. But the next one simply has to do with actually planning while praying. Bishop always says a quote, and he says that planning without praying is playing without knowing. It's God that knows, not even probably, He knows the plans that He has for you in 2025. Remember when 2024 was coming, I was like, God, if I just get 1,000 subscribers, up and grateful, Lord, up and grateful. And then He was like, put 10,000 subscribers on your vision board. Like, it's God that's coming again. And then only for me to finish the year, and at the end of the year, I'm very, very close to like 10,000 subscribers. It just proves that sometimes in life we sell ourselves short. God might be there planning for you, like, this girl, I want her to have a 5.0, and then you're there planning for yourself, God, just 4.2, I go there grateful. Why? By the time you ask God, like He actually tells you all the plans that He has for you, you end up actually fulfilling your full potential and actually seeing how great you can actually truly be. And then the next one is simply your purpose. Like now, if God has told you, okay, maybe you're supposed to be a chef you can now start setting goals in alignment with that. Okay, and in case you don't know, there's actually three types of goals. There's input goals, output goals, and outcome goals. The problem with most people is that at the beginning of the year they focus more on the outcome goals. Okay, I want to get fit, I want to get abs, but they don't set the goal, the input goals are okay, I want to exercise at least 3 times a week, maybe just 2 times a week. Okay, I want to start like eating better and all that. Those are input goals, and those input goals actually lead you to the outputs that actually lead you to your outcomes. So this next part, this A section, this is the most important part of this video. If you haven't been paying attention since you've been passively listening, I think this is about the time when you pay attention. This A part, it's the reason why a lot of people will never achieve their New Year goals. The reason why a lot of people will keep writing goals every single year and they will never achieve it. And it's the reason why those people that say that, there's no point in setting goals, I won't achieve them. It's because you've never followed this A section, and I'm going to break this A section down bit by bit. And A simply comes to actions. Wait a minute, don't click off. Let me explain. So the first part of actions is actually, setting simple systems. I told you guys at the beginning of the video, I'll help you to set systems that actually work. Okay, let's walk through it now. So I had a goal this year. I wanted to actually save a huge amount of money. Okay, no, you don't, like some money, and I always find myself, finding it difficult to save and all that. So what did I simply do? I simply just connected my account to Piggyvest for them to automatically help me to save. What is that? A system. Or instead of me every week or every month, I have to go to the bank, transfer or use my app, transfer it by myself and all that. I put it such that the money automatically goes into the savings account, and therefore, without even thinking about it, I'm achieving my goals. Okay, let's say I imagine I wanted to study every single day, but sometimes when I get to the hall, I sleep. This one's so easy. I can simply set the system that, okay, as soon as I get to hall, I drop my things and I go downstairs to the reception to go and read instead of reading in my room where I can actually sleep. Or I can simply go to somebody else's room that don't like reading in the night, stay there and read. What's that? A system. Simple things that you can just easily do just to make the whole goal a whole lot simpler for you. Now I don't have to think about saving. Now I don't have to think about reading. If I have a friend I'm already reading. Let's say now I had a fitness goal. I could set like an app to send me notifications and all those kind of things. These are things that just simply make it a whole lot easier for you, especially if you're just starting afresh. Especially if you're doing something that you've never done before. Expect that you tell yourself that you work out 7 out of 7 days, 365 out of 365 days, when you've never even worked out before. It doesn't make sense. So when it comes to setting those systems, they have to first of all just be simple, and the second thing is that they also have to be easily accessible. James Clear says something in his book Atomic Habits. For a new habit to be formed, you must first of all I don't know, put on things he said by this side, but these are the things that will actually make your habit a whole lot easier for you to do, rather than you forcing yourself to do a whole lot of different new things, and before you know it, you've cut it off by the end of the year. This next one I'm going to talk about, I'm very, very passionate about it. And I was somebody that I didn't feel like it was very important because it looked like something that all these aesthetic girls used to do, and all those girls are always doing weird things. But this one, the second I realized the kind of key people in the world that do it, and I started doing it, it completely changed my life. So I'm also actually a Dunamite, and Pastor Paul was telling us in church, when he started his church, he put a church count paper with 10,000, that's count population church, that was 10,000, and he put it on his wall, and just kept it there. So the time came when they were now eventually reaching hundreds of thousands in a month, in population. He saw the thing on the wall and like, oh my God, told this assistant to remove that thing from the wall because this is now installation, because now we have passed this limit. And this next point in actions is simply vision boards. When I first heard of these vision boards, I was like, oh God, all these aesthetic girls, men, people have come again. But actually, vision boards is not just something for those aesthetic girls. Vision boards is something for everybody. I also read about the actor that put a check on his wall for $10 million that he'll be paid for an acting gig, and in the end, 4 years after he did the thing on his wall, he was able to earn that amount of money. So vision boards are very, very essential, not just for just helping you to see the outcome. And I've been doing a whole lot of research on these vision boards to understand why it actually works so well, what is really the power in it, and I've discovered some really crazy things about it. And so the first thing I've noticed about vision boards is that the power really comes out when the things are specific. Like now with passport and anything now, with that 10,000 church member population, it was what? Specific. With that actor now, with the $10 million gig, it was what? Specific. Me with the 10,000 subscriber thing on my vision board, it was what? Specific. That's the reason why this year, instead of just putting I want to pray every day on my vision board, what I'm about to show you now, what I put on was a 300-day Bible streak on version. I'm not going to really be tracking my own version, but you get the idea. Just like having a specific number, having a specific outcome that you want to actually achieve, is a whole lot better than just putting all these aesthetic pictures and all that. So one thing that really brings out the power in vision board, like I said, is when it is very specific. The second thing is when you use the vision board to actually inspire you. I was actually reading the Miracle Morning, and he explained a different part of vision boards that I actually had never come in encounter with. And that is simply when you carry that vision board, you look at it and you imagine yourself in that particular outcome that you actually want to get. Imagining yourself with that result that you want to have. Imagining how your parents will be so happy, how your friends will be like, congratulations and all that. That thing, it does not just create those outcomes, but it also inspires you to work towards those outcomes. So yes, the pictures are pretty, the pictures are nice, everything looks aesthetic, I know, but your vision board will not vision board, like it will not be effective if it does not inspire you to also do those things to see those outcomes. So another way to empower the power in those vision boards is to actually as well use them as visualizing tools. Use them to envision yourself where you're actually going to empower you to work towards them, and then they can actually like come to pass. And then the third thing I realized that makes vision boards so powerful is when you put them in a place where not only you can see it, when people can see it. Papa always says something that what you cannot say, you cannot have. What you don't talk about, like you cannot access. Because through your speaking, that you can actually say, oh, this is what I'm going to have. And sometimes you don't always have to talk. When you put those vision boards like out in the public, like where people can see, like I don't know, it just brings like this is what I'm saying, I'm going to achieve, and like you're actually saying it without even seeing it. I remember when I brought the vision in 2024, to my room. God, I was almost embarrassed. I was so sure that my roommate's friends were laughing in time when I was not in the room, because at the time when I put that vision board beside my bed, I had just 52 subscribers. So I was probably looking crazy. But like by putting that vision board out in the public where I could see it, where everybody else could also see it, I was not just doing something great, I was also making a statement. So in summary, vision boards really have its power when they are specific, when they are used for visualization, and also when they are put out in the public for you to actually see them. And then the last part of this action steps is very cliche. It's probably something you've heard before, but if you actually do it, where your life will just turn around. You'll be so shocked. And the last thing is just do something today. The problem with a lot of people is that they set goals and then they just throw it into their habits and then they continue living life as how they always have. But if you just do one different thing today, just one little thing, just set up that piggy vest account, just make that reading timetable, just read one subject today, just read one verse of the Bible today. Who knows? What that could actually do to just move the needle forward. Don't try and make it too extravagant, don't try and make it too big so that you actually do it sustainably, but just one little thing. And you'll be so shocked, what the outcome will actually be. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For those of you that missed it, I hope that now you are satisfied. But the thing about setting goals is that there are some key factors that if you don't analyze and actually look at them, they won't actually help you to achieve your goals. So click on this video by this side to understand what KPIs are and how they actually help you to achieve your goals and actually get to where you want to be in your life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys. See you guys in another video. Bye.